Hello everyone. In this video, we are going to discuss about some pricing comparison. We are going to do some pricing comparison and all, like pricing comparison of LLMs, basically large language model, both open and closed model. First of all, when it comes to generative AI or LLM, first things comes to our minds is OpenAI. Like it is hard to beat OpenAI in pricing actually. So let's look at the pricing of OpenAI. We all know that like GPT-3, GPT-4 Turbo is the latest model. This is the pricing like in for every 10 million input token they are charging $10 and output $13. This is like their best model. GPT-4 is the latest model and this is the latest version of 3 GPT-4 Turbo. So this is the pricing. This is a multimodal actually. This will support audio, video and all. And GPT-4 is the GPT-4 which comes in this price actually. So you will be wondered why GPT-4 is higher price than GPT-4 Turbo. Like they do like this actually. Whenever they make a new model, they will make it cheaper so that people will use their latest model. That is the logic behind it. And GPT 3.5 Turbo is the most famous, most used model in the generative AI or LLM. Like various companies are adopting GPT 3.5 Turbo for their LLM application. And it is very hard to beat GPT 3.5 in performance and pricing too. Like most of the use cases, GPT 3.5 Turbo is enough. This is the pricing, so keep this in mind. And now we are going to compare this pricing with some other platforms. Other platforms means other platforms which we will be getting API for open source model. Basically, what they are doing is they are hosting those open source model. We know that like Llama's model, three variable like 7B, 13B, and 70 billion models of Llama and Mistral, some model and some other models are there like in open source. These are the famous open source model. So we are going to compare. So how we will be getting those models like open source models? Open source models are open source, but in order to use, we have to host them somewhere. For hosting, it will be costly for us. Like we need a dedicated GPU and lot of memory space, and we can't do that like easily. So there are platforms like we are going to discuss. First of all, there is a platform named Replicate. What they will do is they will make available some of the open source models so that we can buy from them. They host like they will give us API access. Basically, that's what they are doing. Let's discuss their pricing. So you see here Llama 270 billion parameter model. They are giving us for this price. Llama 270 billion model actually is better than 3 point sorry GPT 3.5 Turbo. So in all aspects, Llama 70 billion model is much better than GPT 3.5. So you see the pricing. This is not that much higher, which is comparable to GPT 3.5. And the Llama 13 billion parameter, you see how cheap it is. It is very much cheap. Like in many use cases, we don't need, like we are making an LLM application, and maybe in our use cases, Llama to 13 billion parameters is enough. In that case, we can use these models. We don't need to host them; they are already hosted. We will be getting API access just like OpenAI in these kind of platforms. See how cheap they are. There are many models. Llama to 13 billion, 7 billion parameters is there, and 17 billion chat is there, which is fine tuned in instruction, which will be better than this one. This is like both are in same price, I guess. And chat means like they like these models are fine tuned on instruction. So it will be better. This model will be better in following instructions. For example, we are prompting an instruction, do summarization. It will do summarization better than the normal model. So this is the pricing. You see the pricing, much reliable. Obviously, Llama to 13 billion parameters is not better than GPT 3.5, but see how cheap it is. And now we are going to introduce another platform which is called Anyscale. Anyscale is also doing the same. They are hosting open source models and giving API access. See how cheap it is. It is very cheap. Llama 2 7 billion parameters is only this much for input and output. You can see in replicate Llama 2 7 billion model for input it is just 0.05, and for output every output 1 million token it is 0.25. But in any scale they have fixed price for both input and output. And I believe like any scale is more cheaper than replicate. So here you will be getting every llama model we are getting Jamma Google's. This model is also available, and this is the industry model. This is very industry model. Everyone has to focus on this, I guess. 7B Mistral 8 into 7B is instruct model, which is better than GPT 3.5 actually, which we will be getting much cheaper than GPT 3.5 Turbo. See, only $0.50 per million token. So this is it. And another platform is so this is the pricing of any scale. And another platform which is mind blowing actually, Grok is the name. They are also providing API access, which is the cheapest. And I want you guys focus on here only. Whenever you are creating an LLM application and you want to use some open source models which is better or comparable with GPT 3.5, you should go with Grok in my mind. Like I will tell you about Grok actually. See the pricing first of all. Here you will be getting Llama 3 17 billion parameter, which is much better than GPT 3.5. See the pricing, much cheaper than GPT 3.5. And see the speed. I will explain you about this. Like speed, matlab, speed means this is the this can generate 280 tokens per second. Token means one token is similar to one word actually. And Mistral, you can see Mistral 80 to 7 billion parameters is much cheaper than all other platforms, and obviously cheaper than OpenAI too. But they are only providing limited models. So in my mind, whenever you are making an LLM application and you are planning to use GPT 3.5, then you should rethink and you should use this model Mistral 18 to 7B in this platform Grok. It is much cheaper than any other platform, and much like here the specialty of this platform is this will give you LLMs with 15 times faster. Like the inference speed is 15 times faster and performance is much faster than any other platforms. So that's all for this video. This is my first video in my YouTube channel, so I hope you guys support. Thank you for watching.